What up guys, JP back at you once again, bringing you guys part number 18 in my 2017 Shelf by Shelf series, basically a series where I show you guys everything in my collection and talk about each title a little bit. So let's continue along here. We have Kingdom Hospital making the rounds. I'm not actually sure about this show. I believe it was like a mini series, but it was released in like different volumes, so it's not like, it's hard to tell which one is which. This might be like the second or third volume, but I guess there's 5 of these DVDs all called Kingdom Hospital something something, you know, making the rounds. That's what this one is. I don't know if I'll ever get to this because I don't have the other ones, but and every time I see them used somewhere, I can never remember which one I have, so I don't buy them. Then we have Krampus. This movie was actually really good. Like, it's really good, and it just has one major flaw, and I just think that it gets a little too comedic at times. But besides that, Christmas vibe out the ass. It is one of the most Christmassy movies I've ever seen horror-wise. It's absolutely great in that aspect. I wish Michael Dougherty would have just toned down the comedy and the like over-the-topness of it. The gingerbread man. Ugh. After that, we have Laid to Rest. Laid to Rest is a movie that I used to love, man. I thought it was so good. Rewatching it for the 22 Shots of Modes in Horror, it's just okay. It has like so many plot holes. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, but I still like it. I don't know. It doesn't hold up as much as I thought it would. Chrome Skull, Laid to Rest 2. I actually didn't care for this one too much. I thought it was pretty bad. It had its moments. I think it's a step down from the first one, and also doesn't make a whole lot of sense. After that, we have Lake Placid. I actually like this movie a lot, and I actually like the 3 sequels quite a bit too, even though they're pretty bad. Lake Placid, it's fun. I don't know. I like Lake Placid. I like Killer Crocodile movies. It's pretty solid. After that, we have The Langoliers, and I actually really like The Langoliers. It's a Stephen King miniseries. I believe it is around like 3 hours. And it is, yeah, it's 2 hours, 59 minutes. I just like the mystery of it. It has like such a bad CGI scene in it, but like, I really like just the concept of it. It's creepy to me. A bunch of people wake up on a plane and stuff like that. The whole world's like vanished. I've always liked The Langoliers. After that, we have The Last Exorcism. This one I actually liked too. Like, I thought it was pretty solid. You know, it was an interesting take on an exorcism film, and yeah, I like the found footage aspect. I think this film's starting to get some love. After that, we have The Last Exorcism Part 2, which is just a funny title. At least it's called Part 2 and not like 2, just because, you know, it's The Last Exorcism. But yeah, I've never watched this one. I haven't ever seen it. I think it's not found footage, actually. Then we have Last House on Dead End Street. This is a bootleg. I got this in a contest or something. I don't know. I've actually never watched it. It's just been in the collection forever. After that, we have The Last House on the Left, Wesley Craven classic. This film I have a love-hate relationship with. I think it's pretty solid, but then sometimes I also think that it oversteps its boundaries with some of the comedy and stuff in the film. I really hate the like bumbling cops, but there's so many good scenes in this movie that it's like, it really is a love-hate relationship. Then I actually won this in a contest too. It's another version of The Last House on the Left. So it's from the UK. It's Anchor Bay. I've never watched it because, you know, I have the other one. I'm pretty sure they're like the same edition. Last Lives, I don't know, dude. This looks awful. I forget where I got this, but not watched it. Then we have Late Phases, Night of the Lone Wolf. This was actually like my number 2 favorite horror film of 2014. I think that Starry Eyes should have been in that spot, but I actually really do like this movie. It's a great werewolf, great take on a werewolf film. I seen it when it was just called Late Phases, but I got a blind guy. It's just an interesting take on a werewolf film. Highly recommend Late Phases. After that, we have Late Fee. Cool concept, not the greatest execution. It's an okay movie. I don't remember a whole lot about it, but this cover is kind of neat, I guess. Then we have The Legend of Boggy Creek by, I forget who directed this. Chuck Pierce, I think. This is the good old Cheesy Flicks edition. The transfer on this thing is god-awful, but this movie is kind of, I don't know, I didn't like it as much as everybody else seems to, but I like the concept of it. It's kind of neat in that regard, but that's about it. After that, we have a Leprechaun 4-pack here. We have Leprechaun, Leprechaun 2, 3, and 4. Absolutely love Leprechaun 1. Absolutely love Leprechaun 2. Absolutely love Leprechaun 3. Don't like Leprechaun 4. It's cheesy and fun sometimes, but like the original Leprechaun is fun to me. The Leprechaun 2 I actually like a little bit more than Part 1 sometimes, and then Leprechaun 3 is the best in the series for sure. Leprechaun 4 is just bad. Then we have Leprechaun in the Hood. Yeah, good old iced tea up in this bitch. I used to not like this one. This used to be my second least favorite. But I've come around on it. I think I watched this one last. The last St. Patrick's Day I watched Leprechaun in the Hood. And, you know, it's grown on me a little bit. The rapping and stuff, the rhyming, it still gets a little bit annoying. I still think Postmaster P is a terrible character, but besides that, pretty solid. Leprechaun Back to the Hood, actually one of the better ones in the series, honestly. It's pretty solid. Like it's a well done movie. It feels a little bit more of a step up than the last two before this one, but yeah, Leprechaun Back to the Hood, you would think it would be awful, but it's really not. After that, we have Let the Right One In. Absolutely love this movie. It's probably one of my favorite movies of the 2000s. It's just a really, really, really well done movie. I think it's like a Swedish film, if my memory's not mistaken. Just a great. I've never seen the remake, but this one is so good, dude. Like it really, if you're gonna watch one movie in this part, I would definitely say Let the Right One In is that film. We have The Little Girl Who Lives Down the Lane. I've never seen this film. I forget what year did this come out. I don't even know. But yeah, it's one that's been in the collection for a while. Just never got to it. After that, we have Locker. I don't know anything about this one. I got it at a Family Video for like $1.50. Then we have Long Time Dead. This was a 2002 film that I watched. I don't remember anything about it. It was okay at best. Then we have Then we have Lost After Dark. This is another one of those films that I watched, or I bought for a specific year. I think it was like 2015, just never got around to it, so it'll probably just be in limbo because I have no real reason to go back and see it. Pretty much how my watching is dictated now is just by what I need to cover for podcasts and stuff, so I just don't have time for like just random stuff as much as I would like to, so I'll have to find a reason to watch that. After that, we have The Loved Ones, and this is the last one for this part, guys. Absolutely love this movie. It's an Australian horror film. It is absolutely fantastic. I love the character Lola. I love the whole setup of this film. I love like the incestuous undertones, like just so much cool stuff in this film. Absolutely loved it. It was one of my favorites of the year that it came out. I believe it's a 2009 film, but didn't get a US release till 2012, in which I gave it like a 8.59 out of 10, and it made my top 10 that year. So The Loved Ones, awesome stuff. And I'll see you guys in part number 19. Peace.